When we think about board games, we usually imagine this. Family game nights or the classic games our grandparents played. Hi, I'm Mila, and today I will talk about something that actually blew my mind. While researching with Notebook LM, I realized that board games are having a massive comeback, and it's not what you think. We're living through a trick-taking renaissance, and today I'll show you how the industry is changing in 2026. The core of my research is the evolution of trick-taking games. If you have played Hearts or Spades, you know the drill. You play a card, try to win the round, and follow the suit. Simple, right? Well, modern designers are reinventing these old mechanics. They are adding storytelling, cooperation, and complex rules that turn a simple deck of cards into a deep strategic experience. To understand the future, we'll look at the classics, like Bridge or Spades. They are all about competition, but then games like The Crew change the game, literally. Instead of fighting your friends, you have to work with them to win. It's trick-taking, but cooperative. This shift made the genre accessible to a whole new generation of players. This evolution is driven by brilliant minds. For example, Taiki Shinzawa from Japan is a genius of breaking traditional rules. Then we have Hiroken, who created Eternal decks focusing on mental puzzles. And if you want something heavy and premium, designers like Vita Lacerda show us that board games can be true work of art with high-end components. But it's just not about the games, it's about the people. Thanks to platforms like Reddit and Board Game Geek, players worldwide share strategies and fan translations. This globalization means a game designed in a small studio in Tokyo can be a hit in New York or Madrid in weeks. Digital tools like Board Game Arena have made it possible to find a match anytime, anywhere. For my research, I relied on some key sources. Pagat.com is a Bible for card game history. For modern trends and deep analysis, Meeple Mountain and the Opinionated gamers were essential. These sites are where the community decides what's hot and what's not. So, what's next? 2026 looks amazing. We're expecting the international launch of Eternal decks, which everyone is hyped about. Also, the Two Towers will push cooperative storytelling even further. It's clear that this renaissance is just getting started, and the line between card games and epic adventures is blurring. But now you might be wondering, why is this happening? Why are we going back to cards and boards in 2026 when we have VR and high-tech video games? The answer is digital fatigue. My research shows that more and more people are looking for analog ways to connect. We spend all day looking at screens. So sitting around a table looking at your friends' faces and physically holding a deck of cards feels refreshing. It's a break from the digital noise. Another reason for this renaissance is that trick-taking games are incredibly portable. Most of the games I've mentioned, like The Crew or Eternal decks, fit in a pocket. This makes them the perfect social tool. You can play them at a cafe, on a train, or at a park. Unlike big, heavy board games that take hours to set up, these modern card games allow you to start playing in less than 2 minutes. It's like fast food, but with high-quality strategy. Finally, there is the intellectual side. These games are like a workout for your brain. They require deduction, memory, and in the new cooperative versions, high level of communication skills. It's not just about luck anymore, it's about how well you can read the room and your teammates. This combination of social connection and mental talent is exactly why this genre is dominating at the tabletop scene right now. In the end, board games are more than just cardboard and ink. They are a bridge between tradition and innovation. Using AI like Notebook LM helped me connect these dots. but the real magic starts at the table. Thanks for watching and let me know what's your favorite card game. Bye!
Okay, have you ever played a game of hearts, or spades, or maybe bridge? Well, if you have, then you've played a game with this kind of secret engine, a mechanic that's been around for over 600 years. It's one of the oldest and most popular ways to play cards, and believe it or not, it is having a massive global comeback right now. So let me ask you a question. What do you think is the single most popular game mechanic on the entire planet? I'll give you a hint. It's probably not rolling dice, and it's not moving little pieces around a board. The answer is most likely sitting in a deck of cards you have somewhere in your house right now. The answer is trick-taking. And look, even if that term is totally new to you, I guarantee the game isn't. If you've ever been roped into a game of hearts at a family gathering or played spades with your friends, you've seen it in action. It is, quite simply, everywhere. And this idea has some serious staying power. I mean, just look at this timeline. We're talking about roots stretching all the way back to the 15th century. This is not a fad. From these early English games to a French game called Reversus, which was basically the great-great-grandfather of hearts, this mechanic has been evolving for over 600 years. It's a true cornerstone of gaming. So we keep saying trick-taking, but what does that actually mean? Let's break it down to its simplest possible form, because the entire game, no matter how complicated it seems on the surface, is really just built on one simple repeating action. Okay, at its core, it's this. Everybody at the table plays one card. The person who played the best card wins that little mini round, which we call a trick, and they get to scoop up the cards that were played. That's really it. A full game is just a series of these tricks played one after another. So here's how one single trick actually works. The first player leads with a card. Let's say they play a diamond. That sets the suit for this round. Now here's the key rule. Everyone else has to play a diamond if they have one. This is called following suit, and it's where all the strategy comes from. Once everyone's played, whoever played the highest diamond wins the trick. Simple, right? All right, let's put this theory into practice with an absolute classic. For a lot of us, our first real taste of trick-taking wasn't even at a card table. It was on a computer screen. Remember that version of Hearts that came with every copy of Windows? Yeah, that game taught an entire generation the beautiful agony of trick-taking. And here's the brilliant, beautiful twist in Hearts. Winning tricks is actually bad. Normally, you want to win, but in Hearts, your goal is to avoid taking any tricks that have heart cards in them, and you especially want to avoid the dreaded Queen of Spades. You're not trying to win tricks, you're basically trying to dodge bullets. So let's watch this disaster unfold in real time. Player 1 leads a nice, safe club. Players 2 and 3 follow suit with their own clubs. But player 4 is in trouble. They don't have any clubs left, so they can play whatever they want. And what do they play? Boom! The Queen of Spades. They just dumped 13 points on poor player 1, who played the highest club and is now forced to win this terrible, terrible trick. That's the core tension of the game right there. But there is a legendary exception. It's called shooting the moon. This is when you do the impossible and decide to take all the point cards on purpose. If you actually pull it off, you get 0 points, and every other player gets slammed with a massive 26-point penalty. As game expert Taylor Reiner puts it, when you succeed, that feeling of shared awe around the table is just unbeatable. Okay, so we have this classic, amazing foundation, but what's happening right now is something else entirely. We are right in the middle of what designers and players are calling a trick-taking renaissance. This old dog is learning some very new and very, very exciting tricks. And this isn't some small trend. We're talking about an explosion of new ideas. A huge amount of this creative energy is coming from Japan, where designers are taking this basic formula and twisting it into things you've just never seen before. They have this love for tiny tweaks that just completely blow your mind. So how exactly are they doing this? Well, modern designers are basically questioning every single rule we just learned. Like, what if the goal changes every round? What if the cards themselves work differently? What if the players aren't even playing by the same rules? Let's look at just a few examples. I mean, designers are reinventing this genre in so many ways. There are games where you have to work together as a team, games where each player gets a unique superpower, games that literally throw the whole idea of suits out the window, and even games where the rules change from one round to the next. It's wild. Let's start with a really big one, cooperation. Traditionally, trick-taking is every person for themselves, but in a game like The Crew, which became a huge global hit, you're not playing against each other at all. You're a team of astronauts trying to complete missions together. The game might say, hey, player 3, you have to win the trick that has the blue 7 in it. Suddenly, you're trying to help your friends win, which just completely flips the classic strategy on its head.
Or how about breaking an even more fundamental rule? The game Inflation just gets rid of suits completely, gone. Instead, the numbers themselves become the suits. So if someone leads with a 9, you have to follow with a 9. It's such a simple twist, but it forces your brain to totally rewire how you think about the game.
And what about making the players different? In the game Trick Takers, each person gets a unique character with a special power that lets them break the rules in a very specific way. It's been called Trick Taking meets a big modern board game, and it makes every single session feel wildly different depending on who's playing what character. So, after 600 years, and this crazy modern explosion of creativity, what is it about this simple formula that keeps us coming back? Why is play a card, someone wins, so endlessly fascinating to us? Well, one of the biggest reasons is that it's this perfect blend of luck and skill. As the designer Ted Auspatch points out, you get dealt a random hand. That's the luck part. You can't control that. But from that moment on, every choice is yours. How you play that hand, how you read the other players, that's where the skill shines. You're not just playing the cards, you're playing the people. But there's another, maybe more important reason for its appeal. Because the basic rules are so simple, the game itself often just fades into the background. It becomes this perfect activity that allows for conversation and connection. It's all about that shared groan when someone gets stuck with the queen, or the big cheer when a risky play pays off. It transforms game night into just hanging out. So here we have a game mechanic that's been around for centuries, and yet it feels more innovative and exciting today than it ever has before. From cooperative space missions to characters with superpowers, there just seems to be no limit to the creativity it can inspire. Which really only leaves one question. After 600 years of this, what on earth could possibly come next?